I'm here at Actors Ensemble Theater of Berkeley, and we are in rehearsal for the play Blithe Spirit by Noël, 1940s comedy. Hugely successful. He wrote it during World War II, and Noël decided that he wanted very much to lift up the spirits of the British people. And so he wrote a play. He went off to the countryside and wrote the play, I believe, in about 7 days. And he came back to London, returned to London, and they mounted this production. It was hugely successful. The play itself is fascinating. It's a husband, a writer, countryside in England, and a writer is preparing for a supper that he's invited a medium to come over. His wife, Ruth, starts questioning him about his first marriage, which lasted for about 5 years, and she'd been dead for 7 years, and he's been married to Ruth for 5 years, the second wife. And she innocently, supposedly, asks him if his first wife, Elvira, was more attractive than her. Charles Condamine is played by Stanley Spenger, and Mrs. Condamine, the second Mrs. Condamine, Ruth Condamine, is Shannon Vion Case, and they have the majority of the workload. Since
no sign of the advancing course.
No, not yet.
Okay, what do you want to do, Jose?
We want to move on to the next scene.
Okay, tell us exactly. Give them a cue, a place where it will be. Dr. George Bradman, who is played by John F. Hurst, and his wife, Violet Bradman, who's played by Jeanette Sarmiento. Show up, and they're all laughing about her coming over, that she must be some kind of a nut, that do you believe in it? None of them believe, so they're basically just, inviting her over, mocking her behind her back. Madame Arcadi, their guest at the seance, who is a medium, is played by Chris Mockenberg.
No, thank you. I just always make it a habit never to eat the red meat before I work. It sometimes has an odd effect.
What sort of effect?
No, nothing of any importance. But if it isn't very red, it won't matter much. Anyhow, we'll risk it.
The first wife, Elvira Condamine, is Erin Hoffman, and she's a ghostly presence. A little bit sharper on that, to hell with Ruth. Yeah. Put a button on the scene.
Okay.
You're here for...
I feel strangely peaceful. I suppose I shall wake up eventually.
Don't worry about that. Just relax.
Poor Ruth.
To hell with Ruth.
The maid, which Noël Coward always writes wonderful maid roles, is played by Jodie Christian. The cast has all worked very hard on the project. I'm very proud of them. They are all attacking their roles ferociously and with a great deal of concentration and the light touch that is required by this production. The opportunity to see a wonderful classic like this must not be missed. And we thank you very much for watching this video and hope you will not miss the opportunity to see Blithe Spirit.